Stian?
Salmaan, maybe just start with you. Just what can you tell us what this obviously means for you, for your family? For, you come from a rich history of rugby tradition and stuff, and just to be captain of the Springboks, particularly given the fact that so many people, so parts of your family couldn't play for the Springboks.
Where do I start? So I come from, obviously it's well documented that my father played rugby back in the Saru days, and my uncles as well. So they've been there before, paving the way for us as professional athletes. So it's a massive privilege for myself and my family, and a huge honor as well to captain the Springboks. To be honest with you, you never really think that it's possible and that it's actually going to happen. So it was a massive shock and surprise to me as well, but something that I take immense pride in. My family will be up here as well, so they will enjoy the occasion as well along with me. So it's something we're really looking forward to. And if I may say, it's not like when you captain the Springboks, I believe that it's not only just about yourself. It's about, like I said before, about the people that's been there before you, about the next generation coming through. It's about creating hope, essentially.
Salmaan, when were you told and how difficult was it to keep it at the reps?
So I found it on Monday morning for the first time. Coach Stoker announced the team to us. And initially I thought it was a typo next to my name because it was quite small to see, but then he announced it out loud, and I immediately just thought to myself, wow, what a massive honor and privilege. What helped a lot is the fact that I have captained the Stormers before and Western Province, so it's not really something new, but what helps as well is there's some experienced players in the lineup this weekend, and they've really made it so much easier this week. They've really taken responsibility in their roles, and essentially for me it's just to make sure that everything is running smoothly and to focus on my game.
Okay.
Congratulations, Salmaan. You've spoken about what it means for your family and that, but for you personally, you mentioned captaining SS schools and all of that thing, but you've been through some dark times individually as well, with injuries kind of impeding your progress. So how does it feel that you finally fit, you stringing a few games together, and now you captaining the Springboks?
Yeah, it's like you mentioned, it's been a very tough road up until here. But I firmly believe, these things happen for a reason, and it makes you stronger at the end of the day. As much as it sounds like a cliche, it really does. It gives you time to reflect, gives you time to have introspection with yourself, and it really shows you just how important your support base is and your family. And therefore, for me, it's so much more special to get this honor, because I know how much it means to them. They've been there through the dark times. I missed out on quite a bit of rugby and opportunities, but I firmly believe it all happens for a reason.
Percy?
Can you possibly just contribute to because can you possibly explain to me? Rassi had a nice story about you, and he said that almost like painted your character about you being injured as a Stormers player, as a captain going overboard to Ireland. What was the story about, and why did you take that decision, and why did that make such a big impression on Rassi Rasmus that you?
To be honest, for me, it was just about being there for the team at that stage. So they embarked on their first couple of games of the URC, and they went on a tour to Europe, a 4-week tour. And the first game was against Benetton. We didn't really get off to a good start. And I just reached out to the coach and I really just genuinely offered my help. Obviously, being named as the season captain, I just thought that I felt very helpless sitting back home. So I was really grateful to be able to give them that opportunity to go over and join them. Whether it made a difference or not, I don't know. But for me, it felt like I was contributing in a certain way to just be there with the team and to have some sort of presence.
So, How would you describe your leadership style, and does it also help having a strong leadership group within a team with all these experienced players and also a strong coaching staff?
Absolutely. I think, these days leadership has changed so much. It's changed over time. I think previously you'd have a designated captain and he'd make all the decisions on the field. But I think within the Springbok setup, what helps a lot is there's experienced players all around. There's players that take ownership in their roles and their departments of the game. At the end of the day, the captain really, what he does is he's the face, but maybe it's just the face, but he's a mediator, I'd say, and he makes sure that everything runs smoothly. And like I said, earlier in this week, those guys really took responsibility and made my job so much more easier, and I could just slot in and try focus on my game. Yeah.
Salmaan, when you heard you captain, who did you phone first?
I phoned my wife first, to be honest. I didn't want to tell my mom and dad because I know they can't keep their mouth. So I left that for them to find out on the Tuesday afternoon. And obviously when they found out, it was really emotional for them. And most of the time I was trying to just hush them and tell them not to cry. Don't cry, it's a massive privilege, but really it just showed me how much it meant to them. And it's really special to have my wife here as well along the road with it.
Annelie?
Salmaan, you obviously missed out on the World Cup and have to watch from the sidelines. My question would be, looking ahead at the game this weekend, did you see Portugal's game against Fiji then? And how would you describe their game plan? What type of game do they play? What can you expect?
Yeah, I think, Portugal was probably one of the standout teams in the World Cup. Not a lot of people expected much from them. And I think they really performed exceptionally well. If we can remember that they actually beat Fiji, which is a quality team with quality individuals. They obviously their style of rugby is different to everyone else. They like to promote the ball. They like to spread it wide. They've got very loose forwards. They've got great backs and an outstanding captain. So we really need to be ready and pitch on the day. And I think it's going to be of utmost importance that we, stick to our plan and really try and force our game on them.
From the moment you received a call up on Monday when you were told that you're going to be the captain, what would you say is your motto towards this game on Saturday?
I think my personal motto would be to look everyone that's playing this weekend. We all want to cement ourselves in the squad, and we're all wanting to be part of the Springbok squad for the rest of the year. So I think for each and everyone, I think as an individual goal is probably to play to the best of their own abilities. But for us as a team, our goal is to, at the end of the day, we were chosen to represent South Africa, and we've got a massive responsibility in doing that. There's obviously a lot of players out there that could have been here, but we are entrusted with that by the coaches. So that's a massive responsibility. And like I said earlier, it's to really focus on our game, the way we want to play and what we want to get out of this game. I think that's going to be the most important thing.
Salmaan, you talked about coming back in the darker times with injuries, but just from a personal point of view, not just as a captain, being involved in the Irish series and actually playing there, except from your debut as a Springbok, that was probably the biggest test you were involved in. How much did that mean for you personally, and what do you take into tomorrow's test?
Yeah, I think that was probably arguably one of the bigger test matches that I've played. I think it's about 7 test matches now that I've played, and to be part of that really meant a lot to me. I felt that the coaches do trust me on a personal level, so it's always nice to be included in any match day 23, and to get a taste of world number 1 versus world number 2 is really invaluable, and the learnings we took from that series is really something that we'll take with us for the rest of the rest of our campaign and season to come.
Coach, also lots of changes this weekend. Obviously, the Iron Series is one of the cases of putting out your best team and stuff like that. Is it safe to say that this is now really the start of sort of maybe the next generation? We saw a few players against Wales, but now a lot more chances. And how do you sort of balance that now, Rugby Championship, giving the exposure whilst trying to keep the results going the right way?
Yeah, I think from the coaching staff, it was always part of the plan that when we, after playing against Ireland, and then if we get an opportunity, for example, playing against Portugal, where we can also give some guys also opportunities. You know, it's a big thing for us to build squad depth. And to be honest, yes, we've got a big goal, which is 2027 as a project. You know, where we want to build and make sure that we're at our best when it comes to that. But once on the other side again, remember the world rankings will be key. You know, so every game counts. You know, so you want to make sure for the next 2 seasons, at least if we can maintain that status of being number 1, it will give us a better probably possible draw for the next World Cup. You know, probably not to show maybe later in 2025. You know, where they're going to do the World Cup draw for the next World Cup. So I think for every game for us, it's going to be massive. It's going to count, and the team that we've selected, once again, I think it's a team that is strong enough to perform and produce the results for us. And a lot of those guys, it's a well-deserved chance for them. I know, I've seen some of them. They've worked very hard to be where they are. And once again, on the other side, congratulations to Moon. You know, I remember his first game with our team as Springboks. He used to run at the back with the props. That's how much it was tough for him when he first joined our squad. I think, I'm not sure it was 2021 or 2020 in Stellenbosch. So I've seen him as a youngster. I've coached him at the under-20s in 2017 as a 19-year-old. And one thing I can be honest about is that it's been coming. You know, he's always been one of these special leaders, good human being. Even from school, he was a captain SA schools, SA under-20s. So I think for him, it was a matter of when the opportunity comes for him, probably I know one thing for sure, he was ready for that opportunity. So yes, we've got a strong team, and hopefully also we can also produce for the people of Bloemfontein. You know, I think that's one place where I feel like, you know, we owe them big time, because the last time we played against Wales, we lost in that last couple of minutes in the game. So hopefully we can give them a good show tomorrow.
Again?
Mzwandile, apart from giving guys opportunity, looking ahead to the Rugby Championship, is there anything you're going to be able to take from tomorrow's game going into the Rugby Championship?
Yes, for sure, Ken. Listen, I think the field is still open for every player who's in our squad. We have to select a squad of 30 next week for the Rugby Championship. And once again, if some of these boys, they perform tomorrow, chances are they might be also be part of that squad comes next week. And yeah, so it's a very, very important game for us, you know. And like I said again, the future of our team, you know, if we talk about Project 2027, I think most of the players that will be playing tomorrow, they will determine how successful it will be, that project for 2027. So I am excited to see some of those youngsters, most especially if you look at a guy like Morne van der Berg, you know, coming from the Lions, a team normally where they don't even go to the playoffs, but you know that boy will pitch up week in, week out, and he's a very tough boy. And normally to what Faf normally offers to us, I think I see a copy and paste on him. So I'm excited to see some of the youngsters.
Question to both of you. Something happened in the last game against Ireland, first couple of minutes, that never happened before. Both our locks came bloody from the field. It seems like deliberate, and then they counter our rocks from the 5-line out, brilliantly, within seconds. How did you, first up, did you figure out what happened in the first couple of minutes? And second up, how to be better in the rocks from 10 meters out to score tries, and probably that's where you lost the game in Ireland. I just want to hear that from both of you.
I think I'll catch that hospital pass. I'll take it. The thing is, those who were in the media conference last week on Friday, and you remember what I said about the Irish side. You know, they're one of the best teams in the world. And once again, they've got a lot of tactics they're using around the game, especially on the breakdowns. And they get away with it, you know, and exactly what happened last week. You know, we knew that was their plan. We were just disappointed with the way we started the game. I don't think we started with the right intensity, the way we started. And they were physical, they pitched on. And that first half was actually probably so far one of our worst first half so far, because we've only played 3 games, And when we played in Pretoria, I think we've set the tone nicely. We were the most physical team when we started the game, and we saw at the end, it worked for us. So we have to congratulate them for the win. Even though we were disappointed and very sad, the thing is about them, they don't go away. They keep on fighting, they keep on trying. And like I said again, yes, they get away with a lot of things, but it's not in our hands. We must make sure that also whenever we get a chance, we have to pitch up. So
And you worked on that ruck from the line out department down.
Yeah, for sure. We knew that it was coming, and we've prepped for it during the week. But once again, they executed that plan better than us. And we had a good chat also with our players during halftime, and a lot of things we've managed to fix, at least in that second half. But once again, like I said to you, they've stayed in the game, and the opportunity when it came for them, they've capitalized with those drop goals, which is, we have to say, well done to them also.
Coach, how important has it been not to overreact from last week and stick to the plan and having full confidence that it is going to work?
I must say it was tough, because a lot of us, we were deeply hurt with that loss, because I know as a team we've really, really worked very hard, and the players were also disappointed, and it shows the amount of how can I put it? Because a lot of us, we really, really worked hard, and we really wanted to win the series and give it to our people back at home, because after the World Cup, that's in the past we couldn't play in front of our home crowd, and to see the supporters, most especially starting from Pretoria, and then even Durban was another level also when it comes to the vibe and the people, the way they're supporting. And we felt after the game, the quietness where people were really also hurt with that loss. So it would have been nice to finish the series very well and win the series. But once again, it's part of the game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't lose. And one thing that I know for sure, in a lot of tough losses that we had in the past, we've always bounced back nicely and strong as a team. So hopefully that will set a tone also for us throughout the season.
Ken,
No.
you happy?
No, yeah.
Stian, and then Deniso, and then Percy.
Salmaan, you obviously filling boots of Siya, who's become worldwide such a great leader. Did he have any message for you, and just how do you feel about stepping into those boots as well?
Yeah, he's obviously that's big shoes to fill. And Siya's, like you so rightfully mentioned, that he's become an inspirational leader all over the world. And I think his contribution this week has really been invaluable. First thing he told me was congratulations, and he said, "Don't ever take it lightly. Enjoy the occasion and really cherish it." So that's really what I'm gonna do this weekend. And yeah, he's helped me with managing the players and really advised me not to worry about anything, just focus on my game first of all, which I fully agree with him. But to have him, in your back pocket is really second to none, and someone that I can call whenever I need. So I'll definitely be doing that tonight.
And you saw?
Rustic, you know and understand representation better than anyone else, especially the rugby circles. When you look at Salmaan being given an opportunity to become a Springbok captain, how much does it resonate, especially with Salmaan's area that comes with that has a very big All Black supporter base, but slowly but surely over the past 6 to 8 years, there's been a gradual transition into supporting the Springboks.
I think that's what we stand for as a team, as the Springboks. We always want to represent everyone in South Africa. We're not just representing us because we are black, and we represent everyone in South Africa. And one thing about, again, the opportunity that Salmaan has got, I think it's a well-deserved opportunity. He has really worked very hard, and once again, I'm very proud for his family. I know his parents very well. I've met them a couple of times, and I know how much they invest in supporting Salmaan. So for him now to get an opportunity, I think it's a great thing. And once again, like you've mentioned, a lot of our friends, in the past, they were like these big All Blacks supporters. And I've got a couple of friends that at least I keep on, probably after every game, I keep on welcoming them back to say, welcome home, that's exactly what we need as a country, And there are reasons to support the other side. I respect them. It's their reasons. But once again, I think the direction where we are going as a country, I think it's something that is very, very special to see a lot of South Africans being united behind our Springbok team. And once again, I'm going to say this, Kanyiso, is that we don't take the positions that where we're sitting now for granted, because we know it's not about us. Gone are the days where, okay, it's about Mzwandile Stick now, getting an opportunity. I have to make sure in the position where I am now, I make it also possible for the future coaches. I'm talking about black and white and colored. Those who are young coaches out there who's got a dream to be sitting in the same place as me, I need to make sure that I leave this place in the better place for whoever's going to step up next time. So it's a privilege, it's an honor, and every time when we sit here, every game you get selected, it's something that is special, and we don't take it for granted.
Percy?
Can I possibly just get the views of both of you colleagues, please? Someone, can I just ask you, a lot has been said about this historic match, Portugal playing the first time here, Salmaan Moerat making history, but then there's only a one-star woman going to be in the middle tomorrow. What is your approach to this referee making her, not a debut, but an historic match versus the world champions? Because can I ask you, how have you guys spoken to the leadership in the squad on the approach towards this referee? Because there's a lot of eyes on the Springboks, how they treat match officials.
I think for us as a team, obviously it changes. To be honest, it doesn't really change our approach. We always treat our refs with respect, with the utmost respect. Holly, she's obviously a well-deserved referee to get this position. She's showed over the years in the URC in particular that she's a very capable ref. I haven't worked with her yet, but obviously from the games that I've watched, she's been really exceptional. And congrats to her as well for her first test match. It's well-deserved, like I said. But for us as a team, it's really, we've got a certain standard around our game, and we also want to treat the refs with utmost respect, and it doesn't really change from ref to ref.
I think Salmaan summarized it by just one word, with respect. That's one thing that we as a Springbok, we've done our research, and we know that Oli she's a respected match official in URC, and I've watched a couple of games where she's always in the middle, and I like her confidence in how she communicates with the players, So tomorrow, actually, I must also congratulate her, first time refereeing the Springboks, and well-deserved appointment, And once again, if you look at the personnel that's sitting next to me, I think he's one of probably the best guys to be able to work with her on the field, Otherwise, the rest of the players, we won't say much on the ref. That's not how we operate. The captain will work with the refs. The ref to the players, they will just make sure that we play our game. And congrats again to her, and hopefully everything will go well tomorrow. And it's actually, sorry, let me finish by saying this. Well done to World Rugby for empowering women. Yeah. Well done for bringing the change, and that it is what we talk about when we talk about transformation. People always think about transformation as black and white. For World Rugby to make a decision to give an opportunity to ref top tier nations, that's exactly what we need in our game. We're gonna, one thing for sure I know, we're gonna have more female refs, more especially after tomorrow, getting an opportunity to ref the Springboks. I know there will be ladies in South Africa that will love also to be match officials. We know Amy's been doing the job, but we need more of them being involved in our game. So congrats to her.
And Salmaan, with the captain's run, did you have a scrum? And how was the pitch? The Cheetahs complained with the first match day. They said it was slippery.
We actually thought that the surface was really nice. Coach Dan spoke to us, and he agrees. He thinks, I'm not sure if it's because he's from the Free State, but he feels that it's probably one of the best surfaces in the country. So we'll maak hom klein soos altyd. I think the surface is good. Coach.
Guys, unfortunately we're running out of time, so last English question, yeah?
Sticks, with new debutants in the team, when was the time where you said, my job is done?
It can never,
Wow, and how?
it can never be done. But once again, whenever I see a youngster getting an opportunity, it brings a smile into my heart, you know, because I know a lot of them, like I said, I've worked with them since a young age. I'm very, very passionate about young guys, you know, getting an opportunity, you know. And if we talk about our South African rugby to be in the healthy state where we are currently, I think we need more of them coming through. So once again, remember the guys that have won the World Cup was from 2019 and 2023. They're not getting young. So we have to make sure that we've got a solid plan in place and to give them opportunities now and then. I think that's exactly what we need as a team. And once again, I'm excited to see a couple of them getting an opportunity tomorrow. And congratulations to all of them.
Can you see? Is it Kosa?
You can ask them. Okay, sure.
Let's give Salmaan a break.
That's the ungaphendula ngesilungu.
Okay. I will when a language you find.
Okay.
Between Xhosa and English.
Ndiyabulela.
Sure.
Bloemfontein people haven't always felt included. In fact, they felt left out most of the time. The trophy tours also being a bit of an issue. Have you felt the love from them since arriving here earlier this week? Have you felt that they really appreciate this opportunity? And also, do you sense a bit of disappointment from them from not seeing certain Springboks, especially the likes of Bongi and Ox, who are from around this area?
Just a reminder, I come from a place called Port Elizabeth. There was no trophy tour also there. There's places in South Africa that also didn't have trophy tours, you know. If it was up to us, trust me, we would visit every city in South Africa. That's how we respect our supporters. Unfortunately, some of our players, they've got contracts with their unions, so we had to release them on time. So we can't really visit everywhere in South Africa. But once again, from my side, the best support and compliment you can get from the people of Bloemfontein. But the moment that the game was sold out, that shows that it's not just a talk. They're putting the action that they really appreciate the Springboks. So the game being sold out, you know, from probably a few weeks back, you know, it shows the sign, okay, they really appreciate it. That's the most welcoming you can get. And since we've been around here, besides the first probably 2 days, I think the weather conditions also have been good, nice and dry, but it's cold. But it's cold here. But otherwise, no, it's been a good, warm welcome from the people around. Also, we've got a couple of coaches that were also joining our training sessions, you know. So I think the people of Bloemfontein, we can't falter them with anything. They've been supportive towards us, and they've been great. And once again, to have a sold-out game against Portugal, I think it's something that is very special. And once again, I know it's going to be a great vibe because there's going to be a lot of Portuguese people that are based in South Africa. A lot of them, they've been excited that I know. So I think it's going to be a special occasion.
There was actually at the mall yesterday a couple of players that went with the World Cup trophy. So just, I'll send you the release later. Okay, you see Kosa?
Plastic, njengoba-ke thoba imibuzo bayibuza Charles ngisho ngathi plastic njengoba-ke likhili ikhasi litsha for indebe abadelane la ikusangana nekuba ngizawugibisela amathuba kwabadlali abatsha-ke lokho lithuba-ke balisebenzele.
Iyasivuyisa kakhulu leyo nto wena Khanyisa, uze ukhumbule kaloku uba ubuilda i-squad depth yethu into ebalulekileyo because akhona amaqela amaninzi kaloku ayenza iziphoso athi because of bazazi bane-squad sabo abasebenzisa week in week out balibale about the future. So xa sithetha thina ngeproject 2027 apho sifuna ukuthi make sure uba sine-team strong and also with ibalance enhle pha kuyo. Ibalulekile kaloku uba siphe abafana abancane i-opportunity ngoba uzukhumbule kaloku abafana Siya Kolisi no-Eben iminyaka ihamba yabona bayakhula. So kubalulekile ukuthi uba ibalance siyayenza sithi make sure uba sipha abafana abancane i-opportunity. And xa ufuna ubuild i-future kubalulekile uba abafana abancane nabo ufuna kubanike i-experience ubadlalise. I-experience kaloku awuyifumani wena ngokuhlala ebhedini wena Khanyisa yabo umane ucofa i-remote. Experience ufumana ngosube sebaleni and then sometimes siyayazi uba bazawuzenza iziphoso. Yabona bazawuzenza iziphoso and ezaziphoso ngezi bakhulisayo. Yabona laa nto ebalulekile uba most yabo gomso sibanikela opportunity and bakwazi uyifilisha nabo intoni i-pressure from even naki-supporters.
Xa ndithatha ke impendulo yakhe kuba kubalula nzima kangakanani na-ke ukuhamba namda yokubafuneke nidlale kakuhle kodwa ngapha nilungise nophuhliso kuba ngamanye amaxesha ezandlela ziyakwazi udibana ngamanye amaxesha zikwazi uphinda kohlukana ke ngoku especially uba kusekho ne-Rugby Championship apho ke njengoba benibonile ihlobo kuqunjwe nganuva kwali bethu kule veki ipheleyo akuzothandwa uba ke nithi nityelele ngapha xa nikhona All Blacks ngapha zingabi kakuhle zibhombi.
Akubalulekile wena Kanyiso uba sidlale kakuhle. Bayayazi kamandi ne-players zethu uba even into besiyithetha ngayo apha phakathi evekini uba indlela esibesitreyina ngayo nendlela esidlala ngayo ibizi-standards zethu ze-Springbok akho nto itshintshileyo. I-mindset yethu sithe make sure uba sipreparisha for the test match rugby. So but once again njengoba besenditshile kuba zizawuba khona iziphoso but into ebalulekileyo wona Kanyiso as long as i-players zethu zizathi make sure bona but they keep trying apha ebaleni yeyona nto ibalulekileyo leyo. And if bangaba wenza izimistake that I think sometimes awuzokhula yabona. So if bangaba zenzekile iziphoso ngomso it's part of iland ukhula oko yabona. So but once again ndiyanqwenela ba abadlali bafumana ithuba lokuqala ba-performe kakuhle because siyabanida kaloku xa kufuneka sithethe nge-future items eMzantsi Afrika and i-most yabo actually bonke bayayideserva la opportunity. So ndiyayazi ke basebenzi kakhulu. So ndabanqwenela impumelelo ngomso nabo.
Last isiXhosa question.
isiXhosa.
Bangathile nje ngoSalmaan man uvuya kwakho ngoba izindaba zaSalmaan ngenikwa echonga abantu zabo ngumkhokheli ngempela kuwe kanjani?
Inhliziyo yami ibixolile ka andizukuphosela dad. Ibixolile inhliziyo yami isendaweni evuyayo kakhulu because of lo mfana kaloku ndimazi from ngo-2017 ndisebenza naye phaa kwi-junior box unyaka wakhe wokuqala ephuma esikolweni and ndayibona indlela amachot ngayo at the young age yabona and uzukhumbule ne-credentials zakhe as a leader from esikolweni sakhe yabona nakwi-Craven Week i-SA Schools wayekhokhela phaa. So mna into ebendiyazi uba eli thuba liyeza wena tata ne but bendingayazi uba uzalifumana nini yabona. So I think ngoyena mdlali endimaziyo ondikhule naye ndisebenza naye knowing that ba ithuba lakhe liyaze lifike and balifike kule veki and ndiyamvuyela kakhulu ndivuyela nefamily yakhe ngoba ndiyazi uba abazali bakhe bayamsapota bamxhasa kakhulu. So intle laa nto siyibonayo and uSalmaan uthethe into ebalulekileyo apha earlier on bakhona bangazange balifumane laa thuba wenza utata wakhe njenge-reference yabona. Ukhumbule kaloku wayedlala ngezaa mini zeSARU. So xa sibona le change ikhoyo ngoku eMzantsi Afrika yile nto isivuyelayo as a country. I think thina indlela esisebenza ngayo siyaphambili. So ndiyamvuyela and congratulations to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.